Hi, everyone. Should English be America's official language? So far, 28 states have passed laws making it so. But there's a big problem. There just aren't enough teachers to help immigrants learn the English language. More immigrants are settling in suburbs and sometimes have to wait months for an opening in an English class. A survey last year found the wait stretched to 2 years in New Mexico and Massachusetts. If communities are going to make English the official language, they need to help new residents learn it. Right now, government funding for classes is sporadic and varies from state to state. Lamar Alexander, the former education secretary, put it simply, if we make it easier, people will learn English, he said, adding that the government needs to make it a priority and provide adequate funding. And that's the universal language of common sense. That's a page from my notebook. I'm Katie Couric, CBS News.
Over the past decade, the ELL student population has grown 60%. In comparison, the general student population has only grown 7%. ELL students are now present in all 50 states, not just in a centralized area. However, they are still heavily concentrated in certain states. In California, there are more than 1.5 million ELLs, which includes 25% of the total K-12 population. Needless to say, ELLs are the fastest growing student population in the country. According to data collected in the year 2012 through 2013, there were 4.85 million ELL students in U.S. schools, which is equivalent to approximately 10% of the whole public school population in the United States. With this dramatic increase, there has not been an equivalent growth of certified ESL teachers to adequately support this population. With the dramatic increase of ELL students, there has been an influx of students in rural and suburban areas. Many states and communities are now serving an unfamiliar demographic. One of the states located in the southeast region of the United States that has seen the most immense growth is Alabama. ELL students enter our classrooms with a variety of strengths and weaknesses. Like any other student, ELLs deserve differentiated instruction for diverse learning styles. However, they face various challenges that are different from the mainstream classroom. This can be challenging to teachers as well due to their lack of training, resources, and qualifications. The state of Alabama currently does not require teachers to be certified or trained in ESL services in order to teach English language learners. In the year 2012 to 2013, there were 19,780 ESL students in the state of Alabama. The largest language subgroup represented is Spanish. The scarcity of ESL support in Alabama has affected the ACT Aspire scores of students with limited English proficiency. According to statistics of the year 2014, LEP students range between 3 and 7% in proficiency in reading in grades 3 through 8. This was the lowest subgroup of all. It is clear to see ELL students need and deserve the required amount of appropriate support necessary for academic achievement. Although math is universal, the math portion of the ACT Aspire test is just as challenging, if not more challenging to ELs, due to the vast amount of word problems. The solutions require critical thinking and reading comprehension skills. In 2015, students with limited English proficiency remain to be one of the lowest subgroups with math proficiency in grades 3 through 8. Most experts agree that it takes 5 to 7 years to acquire academic English. The students acquire social English quicker, but there is a gap between social and academic English language. In addition, newcomer ELLs may go through a silent period where they will not speak at all. However, The silent period is a very important stage in learning development. Some of the typical challenges ELs face include little or no formal schooling, often moving from school to school, lack of consistent and effective language instruction, and personal home responsibilities that hinder language learning. Knowing and understanding the hardships these students face, we've taken the time to interview several students in order to make their voices be heard.
What is your name?
Maria.
Okay. Maria, where are you originally from?
Mexico, Oaxaca.
Okay. How old are you now?
12.
And what grade are you in?
6th grade.
Okay. And how old were you when you came to the United States?
10.
Okay. Maria, when you complete your homework, do you ever feel like that you need some extra help?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of help do you think you would need? Or what would be helpful if you had?
Like in reading.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to find details of the story to support, like, let's say, the main idea.
Okay.
And yeah, it was reading.
Okay. In what ways do your parents try to help you with your English?
They helped me, like, it was a chart that the teacher gave you to us. It was like 100 words.
Okay.
And we are supposed to be practice them and know what is the mean.
Okay.
Well, they doing like that, like know what is the mean, and they translate it. And first they like first they tell me what was the word mean, and then I continue to like understand the words.
Okay.
And they will help.
Okay. Do you feel like that you ever get bad grades because of English?
Yes, because every time that I was getting a grade in Mexico, it was better that I was getting here, and I would start thinking that Mexico would be better if I was in there, because when the report cards I was looking on, and I saw like 9 good grades, and I was thinking that it was better in the grade that I was getting in Mexico.
Okay. Because you spoke Spanish in Mexico,
Yes.
right? Okay. How do your teachers now help you with your English?
Like, what you mean?
What do they do to help you? Do they do anything extra to help you?
Oh yes, they give me extra time, and when we're taking the test, and actually they give like practice, like practice something.
Okay, extra practice to
Yes.
take home. Okay. Do you do anything outside of school to help with your English?
Oh yeah, talk with people, like people they can talk just English.
Okay. What do you think your teacher could do to help you better? If you could tell them anything and you wanted them to, what could they do to help you?
Like they when we're taking the test, they just give you they just give me two answer. I mean, not two answer, like they just give me like two.
They limit your choices.
Yes, and so I can get just one.
Okay. Do you wish that they would help you with anything else? And do you wish that they could help you in another way?
Yeah, like thinking that I am like they're all students, they don't like putting me in another, like, the group. Everybody's doing something, and them that what they doing, it might be what the teacher trying to teach them, and they just take me to another, like take me to them tables and do something that it might be hard to
Okay.
do.
So you just want to be viewed just like the rest of the students?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Maria.
That's it.
Maria, how did you feel when you first came to the United States?
I feel like sad because I can understand what was the reason that I was supposed to be in school when I can even understand what what the teacher trying to tell me, or what the other students trying to tell me, and it was hard. And every time the teacher was explaining something, I was thinking in another thing that it don't have anything to do with the school of the I was just thinking in past tense or something like that, and I feel like I can never can understand what they're trying to say.
Okay.
And bad for another students because they was trying to be like my friends with I don't can understand what nothing they were saying, and they writing, and they were thinking that I can understand what they writing but not what they tell me, and it was difficult.
It was hard for me to speak English because my mom and dad couldn't speak English. So it was hard for me to understand and learn. Sometimes I got sad because we did some stuff and work that I didn't understand. It was hard to me to speak English because my dad and my mom did not know English. My homework was so hard to me. In kindergarten, I did not know English.
As an educator or future educator in the United States school system, it is your responsibility to know the policies and rights for all ESL students and seek professional development in order to gain understanding and practical approaches to meet these students' needs.